This is a way that I cook my steak. This is a Scotch fillet. Beautiful cut of steak. It's about an inch thick, probably about a pound, 300 grams, something like that. So what I'm going to do is actually cook that steak along with these potatoes that I actually boiled earlier, yesterday actually, and I'm going to cut them up into slices, and I'm going to cook them along with the steak in olive oil and a little bit of butter to get that crispness on the potatoes in particular, and the butter flavour will enhance the steak as well. Now some of you would have seen me preserve capsicum and mushrooms quite a while ago. With the mushrooms, they were just pan fried gently with butter, so they're probably about 3/4 cooked. So I'm not going to use all of this. I'm probably going to use half and make a mushroom accompaniment to the actual steak. So I'm going to get started now, and I'll fire up the fry pan. Alright, I'm just getting this fry pan, putting on medium high. Might be hard enough to see that flame, but it's medium. Just going to add a little bit of olive oil. It's the last bit coming out of this bottle. Alright, and now we're going to put some butter in there as well. So you've got a combination, mainly just a little bit of olive oil and some butter, and that's going to melt. And what we're going to do with these potatoes, and I'm just going to slice them. Okay, so they're just going to go into the pan. They're already cooked. All this process we'll be doing will be actually making the potatoes nice and crisp. You can cook potatoes like this, boil them, and then basically store them in the fridge cooked, whole, for up to a week. They're fine. And what that means is you can at any time pull them out. You can make a potato salad, potato and egg salad. We can do what I'm doing, like this. Or it's a very simple process to put a little bit of, cut them up, put a bit of cheese and whatever flavourings you like, and just heat them up and have them that way. So this is just sizzling nicely. Like I say, it's medium-high heat. I'm going to get this pan going. And there's enough room in the middle there, as you can see, for me to put the steak in. So let's just have a look at the steak and what I'm going to do now. I don't season my steak before I season it, just before I cook it, so generous with the black pepper and salt. Now this is going to take probably 3.5–4 minutes either side. Depends how you like your steak. I like mine medium to medium rare, so I'll be putting that in the pan now. That's a nice medium to high heat. Alright. Now I'm going to season this side of the steak. This is Scotch Fillet, this steak. And we'll put a bit of salt on that one. Now you should be able to see the combination of the olive oil and the butter allows two things to occur. One, you can cook at a little bit of higher heat than you would normally do with just butter. The olive oil helps with that process. But like I say, all we're doing with these potatoes, because they're already cooked, is making them golden and crisp. Alright, there's not much else to happen until 3 or 4 minutes, so I'll come back when that's done and we'll turn everything over to do the other side. Alright, it's only been a couple of minutes, but I'm going to turn these potatoes over and you'll see how nice and golden they're getting. I love potatoes cooked this way. Yes, they're a form of like a French fry, I suppose, but I just love the way that they come out in a little bit of olive oil and butter. And the steak still needs another couple of minutes. It's been on for a couple of minutes, but we need to let that stay there for about another 2 minutes. I've just taken out what mushrooms I'll be making for the mushroom sauce to go on top of that steak, so they'll be heated up shortly. Again, these are already par cooked in butter, Alright, we'll come back in a couple of minutes when we're ready to flip that steak. Okay, we're now going to flip the steak. See, a beautiful crust on there. Seared in beautifully. So that's about 3.5–4 minutes on the one side, and we'll give it another 3 or 4 minutes on this side. And what we'll do is then we'll take this off the heat, and that steak can rest, which you should do when you're cooking steak. You can eat it straight away, like if you're having a barbecue and you take the steak off, you can cut and eat it straight away. But if you allow it just to rest for 3 or 4 minutes at least, what happens, all the juices that have been pushed out because of the heat just relax back into the actual steak and makes the steak even more tender. This will be very tender anyway, but just leave this for 3 or 4 minutes and then we'll take it off and we'll put on the mushrooms to get that going, to go on top of it. This is actually alright. It's about 2.5 minutes, and what I wanted to show you is that you can check with your finger. You can tell by, well I can, by the flexibility within that steak that that's still rare. So it needs another minute or two, or we can turn these potatoes back over again. Trust me, when you've had potatoes cooked like this, you probably won't have them cooked any other way. They're absolutely gorgeous. That butter adds the flavour, and they end up very crispy, which is the purpose of doing it this way. And like I say, give it a go. If you've never done potatoes this way, pre-boil them so they're not falling apart, because they'll be mashed potato there. You just need a fork or a knife, just make sure that those potatoes, when they're boiling, are at a certain point. And you've got to realise too, when you take them out of the pot, they'll still keep cooking. So just take them out just before you think they're cooked, and then you can cool them down and put them in the fridge and use them later. So we're probably only about a minute away. Again, that steak is still just a touch on the rare side, so we don't need to leave it for too much longer, but a minute or two, and then I can put on the mushrooms. So we'll just close this off for now. We'll come back when that's ready. Alright, we're at the time where I'm happy with the actual steak. It's about medium rare, and what we do now with these potatoes, because I'm going to let the steak rest, I'll let these potatoes just in one area drain off a little bit, and I'm just going to take that off the heat. That's going to rest now, probably, like I say, as long as it takes to do these mushrooms. Which one below? Again, we're on medium high. These mushrooms, like I say, are par cooked initially before I freeze them. If you go back in a video where I've got capsicum, I've done the same way. I blanched them and stored them in the freezer. I did the same day with that video I did these mushrooms. So this isn't going to take too long to heat these through and let them cook up. What I will be adding to this, because I love black pepper, is just a sprinkling of pepper. That'll be 1 or 2 minutes getting to where I need it, so what I'll do, I'll cut it off now and I'll come back when it's near the end and we'll plate up. Alright, this is just about ready. Like I say, this is just the mushrooms that I prepared probably 2 or 3 months ago now, froze them in butter. And all I've added to this is a little bit of black pepper. And as I think they're just about ready, I'll turn that on. And I'm going to switch sides and we're going to plate up. So, what do we need? Well, we need a plate. That's going to help greatly. Let's put on the main article, which is going to be the Scotch Fillet Steak. There's beautiful olive oil and butter encrusted potato. Truly, when you've cooked them this way, you'll be hooked, I assure you. Okay. What we're now going to add is just the mushrooms. I love mushrooms. They're just superb. Alright, what we've got here now, I would just add a little bit of salt to the potatoes. don't really want any salt and pepper on the steak, because basically we have already got to the process where we've seasoned the steak when I cooked it. So that I'm going to enjoy. If you get a chance to cook a steak, try a little bit different sometimes. You can overcook steak, and a lot of people do, and that's okay. People are used to telling me I want my steak dead with no life in it at all. But I do like medium to medium rare. I don't like rare, but I do like it to have it this way. So if you get a chance to, try cook those potatoes that way, and try a few different things with your preserving of mushrooms when they're in season. Save them, put them in the freezer. Alright, for those who ask me often to show me the end result by actually cutting it, this is just cutting like butter. That's closer to medium rare. Oh, tastes superb. Let's cut another piece off. I'm nearly speechless, to be honest. Excuse my mouthful. That is superb. So, like I say, give it a go. This has been Scotch Fillet Steak, cooked medium rare, with mushrooms cooked in butter and pepper, and some potatoes that I'd pre-cooked, pre-boiled, let go cold, sliced them up, cooked them in olive oil and butter. So if you had been, thank you for watching.